If you are a Yu-Gi-Oh fan and want the perfect Yu-Gi-Oh experience, then stop right here. You're home. The game formula is so nice that it makes you cry tears of joy that such games exist. They are a great example of how Yu-Gi-Oh games should be made. In this video I am going to present you all 7 Yu-Gi-Oh games made for the Sony PSP. Because the game formula is the same in all of them, I am going to speak about them in general, and afterwards I am going to tell you everything that came new with each title. Also, in the background, so in the video, you will see gameplay footage of all the games in order. The first 3 games are Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force 1, 2 and 3, which stay true to the anime. The games give you a really cool and cozy feel of being part of the Duel Academy, because in this game you don't just duel, no. The game is magical because it has free roam too. Basically, the game is an RPG. You create your character and then you can free roam in the Duel Academy. And you have courtyards, classrooms and many more locations to live the anime from your own perspective. You go into class at 8 AM and leave at 4 PM, and the rest of the time you can spend doing whatever you want. An awesome feature is that you can advance time whenever you want, so if you want to end the day early, you can speed up time. Also, the title has a meaning. You get to tag duel. You have normal one-on-one duels too, but the main neat feature in the games are the tag duels. Your partner can be anyone. At first, you get to choose who your partner is from 7 main characters: Jaden, Cyrus, Chumley, Bastion, Alexis, Chaz and Zane. You get to choose your partner based on a well-done socializing mechanism. Meaning, you get to speak with them and you will see that your dialogue with the character can get either good or bad. But if you are not a good conversationalist, you can get them to be your friends by giving them sandwiches. But the downside is that certain sandwiches will only be good for certain characters, so you need to know which character likes what. Also, you can see that the game was worked on nicely when you see that when you speak with the characters, they have different facial expressions, depending on the conversation. The Sundays in the game is Tag Duel Day, and the character with whom you build the best relationship teams up with you for tag duels at the end of the week. And here is a beautiful thing you can do. You can adapt your deck in such fashion to be a perfect combo with your partner. Also, you can team up with a gigantic horde of characters, and not only characters from the anime. As you roam the academy, you encounter NPCs with whom you can duel. The difficulty of your opponent is based, like in the anime, on his clothes. Slifer is the easiest, Ra is medium and Obelisk is the hardest. But also, defeating a tougher enemy gives you more duel points, which you can use later to buy more cards. Anyway, there are over 100 duelists in this game that your deck is weak. You can download a save game and build your deck and duel all the 100 duelists in the game and still have many hours of fun. But I recommend you play the story too. It's not memorable or something like that, but it gives you more reason to play this incredible game. Okay, now let's get into the serious stuff. The thing we all are interested in this game, the duels. The PSP games were the most enjoyable experience of them all in terms of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, other games are nice too, but this marvel of science can accompany you anywhere, and the PSP's battery lasts around 6 hours, which means that you can play 6 hours of quality dueling before you have to charge your device again. and the PSP is such a nice travel buddy, is just amazing. The duels are like in the anime and other good video games of Yu-Gi-Oh! The cards look good, the controls are nice. I like the fact that the card description appears on your left, it's convenient. I know that all popular games have it, but believe me, after playing the GBA games, you really come to appreciate such a feature. The cards look good and come with specific animations when you summon or set them, or special summon, or when you attack, and so on. Also, some monsters have animations, but in general it's about those monsters that are very important to the anime, like Elemental Hero Neos or Zane's Cyber Dragons. Also, during the duels, characters are animated and appear dueling. But it's a nice feature that if you consider that duels are too long with the animations, you can turn them off. I've left the animations on for this video. The game features a ton of replayability. Even after you finish the game, you still have a lot of things to do. You can constantly perfect your deck, and you can build new ones as well. You can build as many decks as you want. The only limit is the memory card you have inside your PSP. Also, there are thousands of cards, and from such a big amount, you would expect that the system of sorting them will be clunky. Wrong! You can word search a card, you can search it by type, by how many stars it has, by attributes, etc. And another nice thing is that you have the option to ban forbidden cards. You have the option to ban forbidden cards or to allow them, which gives you the opportunity to put, for example, 3 Raigeki cards in your deck, which is crazy cheating. Another thing I forgot to mention is that if you don't know how to play the game, the rules are in the menu. Okay, now I'm going to present you the differences between the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX games for the PSP. From the first to the second, the following improvements came. An updated card list, which means more cards. Tag Force 1 had 2400 and Tag Force 2 has 2800. You can now save anywhere, the AI is better, more deck recipes, and there are more duelists. And the story continues from where you left off in Tag Force 1. Also, from now on, all the games will have the Destiny Draw feature. And then, from the second Tag Force to the third, the following updates came. More cards, meaning 3500 cards in total, an updated ban list, more deck recipes, more duelists, and a new story. Now, after the first 3 that took place in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime, comes another series of Tag Force games. The next Tag Forces 4, 5, and 6 take place in the 5Ds plot, and this means new characters, new locations, new story, and most important, new cards. This series also has free roam, but in a different setting. In this one, the storytelling is a little different, meaning that you pair up with a character and explore his or her story. Each story has 4 sections in general, but there are characters with 8 sections too. Also, unlike the previous ones, now it's even easier to switch partners. You just go to them and pick up the story where you left with that specific character. You can befriend a character by giving them gifts, by playing mini-games, or by partnering up with them to play tag duels. But to be honest, the story in Yu-Gi-Oh! Games is less important. I mean, the story can give you motivation to play more, but the matches are the core of the game. in tag duels, you can't see your partner's hand anymore. I guess Konami made this decision so we won't get angry anymore at our partner being stupid. A nice feature that came with the 5Ds installments are the better loading times. By installing the install data on the memory stick, the game will load faster. But even so, the problem that the previous games had persists here too. In some moments, when there is a whole lot of cards on the field, the AI will think for quite a long period of time. Also, when the field is too full, occasional lag will occur in this series of the game like in the previous ones. The duels are fun. Also, in addition, you get the synchro summon in the 5Ds installments. For those who are not familiar with the series, synchro summons are the white cards. And even though it will seem like something minor, it changes the game in many ways. Before, you had more ground with dueling. Now, with the synchros, you can see your opponent fill a field with strong monsters in no time. Or you can wake up seeing that your entire field has vanished and only your opponent has strong monsters on the field. The game gets more extreme with the new system. I can't say it's worse, but it's different, making the gameplay more original. Okay, now differences between the three games. So, in Tag Force 4 you get 4063 cards. Then in Tag Force 5 you get 4723 cards, and in Tag Force 6 you get 5311 cards. Aside from this, each installment has a different story, and each one comes with new animations for some monsters. Also, some games have some cards missing, and others have them, and some have some cards missing but have the other ones. But this is just a minor concern considering the gigantic amount of cards you get, and the fact that with each installment the card count raises dramatically. After this comes the cherry on the cake. Arc V combines everything awesome till now to give you the ultimate Yu-Gi-Oh experience. This game has all the characters you wish for. Not only that it has the characters from Arc V, but you can see from the cover of the game, it has the major characters from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, 5Ds, Zaxel, and the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, meaning you can duel against Yami Yugi, Seto Kaiba, Joey, and more. You can even put them to battle each other, which will feature some awesome battles, like the one you can see in this video, where Yugi and Kaiba are dueling. There is a whopping number of 128 characters in this game. And sit down for the next thing I'm going to tell you. This PSP title has over 7,000 cards. As for the plot, you have 25 characters to play with, and each of these characters unravel his or her story. The 25 characters are not only from Arc V, but from the other animes too, which will contribute to the nostalgia of seeing the characters again. Also, in addition to the many ways you can summon a monster, including synchro summon, now you can pendulum summon too, just like in the anime. In conclusion, I recommend you warmly all the games. I used to spend hours and hours on the Tag Force series when I was a kid, constantly perfecting my decks, building new ones, and dueling all day. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Games are among my favorite PSP games of all time, and if you have a PSP and know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, I strongly recommend you the games. They are a masterpiece and really show how Yu-Gi-Oh! Games should be done.